Pay attention. Creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Hip. Poopy square.
The Playable Characters Podcast. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Playable Characters
Podcast.
Yeah, this is episode 78.
Level 78.
Fucking fuck. Every time. Level 78.
I think it should just be our thing now. It's just
I'm going to get it right one time. Level 78, Playable Characters Podcast. My name is Brian McGinnis. Across from me, to my left.
Calvin Cato.
To his left.
Who's Calvin?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ala Patel.
We're all not spatially
I
aligned
know,
anymore.
I messed everything up. I was just kind of throwing us off.
That's your fault.
Across from me is Ala Patel.
We're in the same position. Listen to last week's episode. We're in the same
thing.
Same formation.
We haven't moved much.
You know, we all live here. It's fine.
Yeah, guys, we've had some amazing guests past couple weeks.
Wonderful guests. Also,
Wonderful.
remember to give to our Patreon, patreon.com/playablepodcast.
You get some great bonus content. You can get a shirt.
Yeah.
The bonus content's really
Check out our Cafe Press. There's also tons of merch on there, too.
Yes, please do. Please buy our merch. Wear our shit out.
Yeah, wear our stuff in public. Take a picture of yourself wearing our stuff in public, and we will send you nothing. But we'll appreciate it. We'll retweet your picture, which is just as good nowadays.
way to make people angry.
People don't need stuff all the time. They just want to show their love and support for us.
Yeah.
I think.
Me too.
My mom does. And then, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Playable Podcast.
Yep.
And enjoy all the good stuff that happens on there occasionally.
Yes.
So
we have a.
We forgot to mention a video game con that we were at.
Oh, yes. Right.
Mid-September. So it was awesome.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for coming. And that one guy who slipped me the tongue, thank you very much for that, too.
In the butt.
Nice.
Right in the butt.
Slipped him.
Yeah, it wasn't slip.
tongue
Calvin,
in the butt.
demanded it.
Oh, what was that?
It wasn't really a
It was a tongue in the
slip.
butt. Oh, where'd that come from?
I was like, oh, dear, that's not a wet nap at all. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my. Stars and garters.
What a poop saki. Anyway.
Poopy saki.
It's been a week later, still talking about poop sock.
Yeah, speaking of that, hey, this guest, this is a delicate guest we have on today.
Yes.
I'm super excited to hear from him. It was from, I guess it was technically a very popular game.
I played it. You never played it?
Of course.
Yeah, in the arcade.
Wasn't
I
that
played
great,
it.
but it
Yeah.
was popular because it starred
Michael Jackson.
The
king.
most popular person
alive.
ever in
Is it
history,
still
probably.
ever,
The
you
king of
think?
pop.
You think he's still the most popular person ever?
Maybe Pele is like first and he's second. I don't know. No, he's more popular than Pele.
He's probably like
He's
top
popular.
5 all
he's still,
time.
I mean, because that was like when pop wasn't as segmented as it is now. Like, he was the king of pop.
Who's the most popular person ever?
It's Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jordan?
No, Michael
No,
Jackson.
Michael
Michael Jackson probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think
Michael.
about.
It's
Yeah,
Michael
because
Jackson for
music,
sure.
I mean, it's everywhere. Yeah.
Especially because, he does some weird stuff.
I mean, I would say it used to be Bill Cosby, but, you know.
No,
No.
What never was Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was really popular, though.
No, kids in France didn't know Bill Cosby.
Really? Do you think
Yes.
so?
Yes.
Kids in France knew Michael Jackson.
Everybody
I mean,
knows
kids
Michael-
in Wrestling, yeah, of course.
So that's
but,
there you go.
but Bill Cosby was pretty international.
Not like that.
No, come on, Calvin. You're being crazy. You don't need to know English to appreciate Michael Jackson.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just got to have to walk on the moon and
Yeah.
dance on it. Anyway, this
Speaking
guest is from the Moonwalker game. He's one of the children that Michael Jackson, I guess, saved
Rescued?
or rescued, you can say, from the game. So let's bring him in and he'll introduce himself. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah.
Thanks
What's
for
your name?
I'm Tom Jordan.
Tom Jordan.
Tom
Okay,
Jordan.
cool.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
This is,
today.
I mean, what a treat to have someone like you on the podcast today.
I
Because
know.
obviously you're not like a video game character per se.
Well, he was in the
But-
video game.
But I'm saying
you
you're
were
in
there.
the game.
But now
man.
you're all grown up after being rescued, which is
all
great.
grown up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of me out there. There's a lot of us out there that are all grown up. I can't believe you just found me.
Michael.
Can I ask, where did Michael save you from? Because the kids were always hiding, or not hiding, but they were in like closets or bushes. Or,
Yeah.
What's up with it? Yeah.
He got me out of the trunk of a car.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where I came from. That's not a great origin story, but that's where I'm starting.
Yeah.
How did you end up in
yeah.
the trunk?
It's not the nefarious thing you would expect. Sex traffic, something like that.
Right,
It wasn't
yeah.
that bad at all. I lived on the streets. A trunk was a great place to take
okay.
a nap. Yeah. We just break into cars and go to sleep back there. No one will bother you. No one's coming in. It's the best way to do it.
But then,
so
whoops.
Michael didn't rescue then. He really just kidnapped you from your home.
Kind of interrupted my nap, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, he did let me out of the car, but I was like, dude, I just got into REM sleep. Could you turn this music down? Because I don't know what's happening up here. I was just trying to catch a nap in here.
That was probably pretty startaling, I would imagine.
It was
Taking a nap, all
startling.
of a sudden, Michael Jackson's there like, hey,
Yeah.
I rescued you, right?
It is better than falling
Well, it's
asleep.
higher pitch than that. Hey.
Sorry.
Well, it's better than waking up, when you fall hard asleep, waking up 3 hours later in a different state because you got in a car without a state plates.
Oh, there you go.
Because then you got to get all the way back to...
Right.
Yeah.
You want to try to get like more like abandoned cars where they weren't going to move and go.
Or
somewhere.
local, yeah. If
Or
you're
local,
going to take
yeah,
me
yeah.
downtown, fine.
Right.
I can hang out down there and get something to eat, but don't drop me off in Nevada.
Was this common
sucks.
for kids to just sleep in trunks?
Absolutely.
So you didn't-
There's shelter. You can lay down in it.
you-
Oftentimes there's something to put your head on.
Did you not
Sometimes
have
food.
parents or something?
No. Well, I mean, I have parents because I exist. So yeah.
No, I mean, but, were you like you weren't? They're not around.
No, they're not around. They left pretty early when I was a kid. They left when I was about 7.
Did they leave a note or explain?
They did leave a note in it,
Wow.
but they didn't explain. They left a note, but they explained nothing.
Usually like just your mom or your dad. Like both parents just left you. Is that
No,
just-
they were both out. Yeah.
At the same time.
You've heard of like dad going out for a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah. Right.
My parents literally sent me to the store at the corner, and when I came back, they were gone.
Oh,
They
wow.
sent me
Wait.
out for a pack of cigarettes and
Wow.
said, "We got to go."
What did the note say?
The note was very simple. We're sorry, we have to leave. We can't explain right now. We hope to see you in the future.
We hope to see you in the future.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a
goodness.
refrigerator full of food. They left me $1,000 worth of cash.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's good. $1,000 worth of cash.
Yeah,
That's $1,000.
And when you're 7, that's $1 million. I didn't know what I was going to do with that, and
What-
because I had no concept of money, that $1,000 worth of cash was gone.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness. Did you
Yeah,
see-
it didn't last very
What'd you
long.
get?
You should have watched Home Alone. That would have been a helpful primer.
That would have been an instructive thing to do right then. But with $1,000 of cash, I was going to go out and have a better time than Home Alone.
Yeah.
I had better things
What'd
to
you do with the money?
Well, I stayed around the apartment until they figured out that I wasn't going to be able to stay there long. I cruised out, and then I just went to sleep on the streets. I would use it to go in small hotels, cheap hotels, whatever I could find.
Okay.
Yeah, Club 30 was one of the places. I mean, you could pay a couple dollars and stay there, which is how I knew that crew over there. But,
Okay.
that's a very Richard Pryor-esque upbringing. I don't want that. So,
It's like a brothel.
yeah, well, yeah, that basically was a brothel.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like that Michael saved all the kids there, but he left the sex workers. I don't know
Yeah.
Right.
what he's like, get these kids out of here, but those kids were there with their moms just doing math homework. My mom pulled a couple of tricks. Man, you just broke up a home. That's
Yeah,
all you
that's
did there.
true.
You're not a hero here. You're an
Yeah.
can I swear?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Asshole. There we
Just
go.
dancing around,
Yeah.
stealing kids, Mike.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he looked like a hero, but we know how that.
Where
turned
did
out.
he Where did he take you to when he rescued you?
He didn't take me anywhere. He just set us free.
Yeah, because usually you
then
just
we
run
got-
off screen.
And because of that, we got some resources from the state. I was able to get on my feet, get into schools, get taken care of,
Oh,
things
that's
like
good.
that. Yeah, foster homes and stuff like that. So
Wow.
it all turned out for the better,
I
I
guess.
guess. I don't know.
Well, you were sleeping in cars, so I think it turned out for the best.
Yeah,
little
I'd say.
bit.
Yeah, I was sleeping in cars, and that's not ideal for an 8-year-old. It's not a great.
No.
Yeah.
But hey, you probably fit in there pretty good.
You fit perfectly, and that's why we do it, right? I mean, that's a bed, really.
Yeah,
That's just a.
I couldn't fit in the trunk of a car.
I
Might be
couldn't.
nice.
I could actually.
You could
Probably
definitely.
fit.
I might be able
You
to.
could fit in a glove box, Calvin.
That's so flattering.
You just shove,
So I
shove
gotta-
Calvin in the cigarette at the ashtrays that they don't put in cars. Do they still put those in cars anymore? Ashtrays? I don't
It's
know.
more like a
No, they don't have ashtrays anymore, but they still have the
like a
the
US
cigarette lighter thing. But
Not
I
really.
It's like a USB port now.
yeah.
for the e-cigarette.
Yeah.
douches, yeah. For all
So you
those
can juuling.
Vape, all those vape,
Vape
douches,
goes
yeah.
here. Yeah.
So it was always interesting because like whenever Michael would save a kid, he would like power up a little bit more. How did that work exactly? Like, did you start glowing, or like did he just kind of like touch your back or something?
He derived energy from it, and that's how because he made himself feel good. So basically, hey, I did a good thing, and we were just like, all right, well, that's great. Now you feel better, and
it's more for
I'm
selfish.
free. But you again, I was sleeping, bro.
Yeah.
Could you just no?
Did you try
Leave
to be
us
like,
where
hey,
we were. I was doing fine.
Did you try to be like, hey, can I take some of that like level back from you so that I know you want to moonwalk, but I want to live.
All I wanted to do was like, hey, you're Michael Jackson. How about an apartment for me? I mean, can you do something with your billions of dollars there, bro? I didn't understand that when I was a kid because
Yeah.
I had $1,000, so I thought I had as much money as Michael Jackson.
There we go.
I didn't understand what was
Right.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a crazy story. I mean, you must have seen it all. So, did
Seen
you have
quite
a
a bit.
Yeah, do you have a lot of friends out there like with you guys that were all just kind of?
Yeah, there's still a community of people who
Oh,
get
okay.
together every once in a while. You know, for those of us who stayed in touch, because you didn't really stay in touch in that moment. It was every man for themselves. Every child for themselves. But we still made friends, and I still see these people. We get together every so often, go to Club 30, play some pool, just hang out.
Go back to Club 30.
Yeah, why not? It's like a high school reunion for orphans. I mean,
Is it a bar now, or do they change it to something? Is it different?
yeah,
now?
it's a weed dispensary in California. Yeah. So that's even better. We get together out there, get roasted, and talk about the good old days that weren't.
The days when you got kidnapped and caught in pianos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we went 3 days without eating because I thought $1,000 would last me forever.
Your parents still haven't contacted you, huh?
No, they have not contacted me. I've had some private investigators do some research, and there's a lot of dead ends out there. The last I know, they were in a country called Andorra.
Oh.
Andorra.
What are their names?
It's
Maybe
it's a small, like...
It's like between France and Spain.
Yeah, it's between France and
Oh, okay.
Spain, and it's known to be a tax haven. And
Were they rich, your parents?
Well, I think they were, which really makes the $1,000 kind of bullshit when you look back on it. 'Cause, the best that the investigator come with is they were in some sort of legal trouble. There was imminent threat of legal trouble, and they blazed out. And, it's 1980 in California. I'm thinking coke, but I don't know.
Who knows?
I think my parents might have been drug dealers, but I can't know for sure. I just know they were probably in some legal trouble and gone.
What if we can find them for you in this podcast? If any of our
That's
fans
why they had
in
$1,000
Andorra,
of cash.
any of our fans in Andorra know these people.
What are their names?
Elmer and Teresa.
Elmer and Teresa Jordan. They
Elmer
probably
and
use
Teresa.
different names in Andorra.
Yeah, I don't know what they're using in Andorra. That's mostly like a Spanish and Portuguese speaking countries.
Walk
And
around.
they're there because if you don't know anything about Andorra, it's not just a tax haven, but it's also they don't have an extradition treaty with the United States.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's another thing that kind of leads me to believe the whispers about some involvement with the law are legit.
If someone walks around yelling "Elmer," it's going to turn some heads.
Yeah, because there's only one or two of them in
Right,
the world.
probably.
The only other Elmer you can come up with right off the top of your head, is
Fudd.
Fudd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and glue.
Glue, sure, yeah.
Jinx.
Elmer's glue. Maybe my dad's the Elmer's glue fortune.
That could be possible.
I'm gonna doubt it because I feel like it was already out then. And
Is there
and I don't
anything-
think you have to go to a country without an extradition treaty because you sold Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
Maybe. Unless
Unless
I
you
don't know.
teach kids how to sniff the glue. That's
Yeah,
it, right?
Elmer's
Maybe
sniffable glue. That would have been an amazing
Dude,
I
product.
thought that's why it was shaped like that, so you could stick it up your nose.
No.
Oh.
It
That's-
does look like an Afrin
Yeah.
applicator.
That's
like
how it
a
was-
nasal decongestant.
That's how
kind
I
of
was
thing,
using
yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
And so that's the glue manufacturer's fault. It's not the kids.
yeah,
That's true.
I mean, it makes perfect sense when you're little. I mean,
Oh, totally. I remember my friend's younger brother, they caught him like sniffing glue, and he was like, "No, I just wanted to see how it smelled, I swear."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, totally.
The same argument we make for Coke.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if Coke had an aroma. It does, and that aroma is elation. That's
It
what
is.
that aroma
is called numbness all through here.
You can eat Elmer's glue. It's edible.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
no, I knew that.
I
yeah,
knew that.
yeah. And
I never ate it, but
I've done
I
that.
ate
Yeah,
it,
you
yeah.
just put it on your hands. You used to put it on your hands. It'll dry up, but it comes like skin. You just rub it off like old skin and eat it.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
These are the things you do when you're in the trunk of the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
And you've wasted your $1,000 on video arcades and fast food. You're like, all right, I got to do something.
Oh man.
So, I know Michael basically just set you free, and then you just kind of like roamed around. But did you ever get to go to Neverland, or?
No, that was never part of the deal. Which is, I at the time, I think when I remember, I thought I heard some magical place called. I didn't know anything about it. I was on the streets. I had other things to worry about, and later in life, when I learned about it, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And then I heard about other things, and I was like, probably better that I didn't. I mean, I'll always respect Michael for saving me and honor him for that. And then, all right, well, I like your music too, and let's leave it at that.
Were some of those kids in Neverland, were they rescues like you?
I don't think so.
No.
I
They're
don't
just
think so
there.
because that was so much longer after. That happened after. That at that point they would have been consensual adults, and that's not what Neverland was about.
No. I mean,
Did you know Macaulay Culkin? Because him and Michael were very good friends.
Macaulay, no, I never met Macaulay, but
Bubbles?
he's friends with some of the Bubbles. No, either, but you see Bubbles, but you don't get near Bubbles. It's a dangerous animal.
true. So is Michael.
So was Michael. I don't know about Macaulay. I don't know what
No,
he's
he
turning
seems
into
harmless.
these days. But yeah, I think some of the people in the community met him.
That's good.
But not me.
You guys have a name? What do you call yourselves?
Huh? What do we call ourselves?
Yeah,
the
community.
rescued.
The
That's it.
rescued?
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
that.
yeah.
It's just that bland. We're like, yeah,
Okay.
we're the rescued. He got us.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
got
it's
us.
still, even though all the stuff Michael has done allegedly.
Yeah, sure.
Still, seeing that moonwalk in person must be kind of cool, right? It's such a cool dance move.
It's impressive in its lethality. Is that a word? Lethality?
Yeah, it is now.
Lethality is a word?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll go with it because I didn't realize the moonwalk could kill 12 people in one step.
Right?
That was pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
it was insane.
Power move. That was pretty good. And they
I've
weren't-
never killed anybody with a moonwalk.
No.
Never.
I have one time.
One time? You got to be
Yeah,
careful.
well,
with the
no, I was
moonwalk.
moonwalking, and then I tipped over this can of paint out of a windowsill and hit this guy in the head, and he
Oh,
died.
well, that's
So,
what
I
you
mean,
get.
Well, that's from the moonwalk. Technically not the same way that he did. but
It wasn't the magic of the.
No,
It
no.
wasn't the dance
It was
magic.
it was an 8-pound paint can.
It was physics that killed that
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
not magic.
all these people Michael was he killing? Like, they were just like soldiers, right? Like,
Some were soldiers, but some were zombies.
Yeah,
which
where-
I was curious about that too. I mean, you're sleeping on the
who were
streets
they?
with zombies. That's crazy.
who were all these
Well, yeah,
enemies he
you're
was
sleeping
fighting?
on the streets, but most of the zombies hung out with the cemetery kids. You know, we had our own
Yeah,
cliques.
yeah, okay.
You had the Club 30 people, you had the street kids, you had the cemetery kids, and it was just a weird group. And you didn't want to fuck with the cemetery
No.
kids because they got weird. When
Yeah.
those were the kids that were in a trunk too long and wandered out and was like, I want something weirder, so I'm going to go over here and hang
Yeah,
out.
because some of them would be like trapped in crypts, which is like that's intense.
Yeah, that's our equivalent in our community of goth kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I'm like a street tough gang member. The
Yeah.
Club 30 kids were kind of this privileged crew, and then everybody else. You know, they were definitely the goth.
I had kids in high school that used to go to the cemetery and hang out. Like, I would never do that. It's so weird to me.
I did that in college because
course
the
you
cemetery
did.
was a beautiful hill, so we would just smoke weed and like chill on the hill.
It's a cemetery.
Did you sit on someone's grave when you did that?
Oh
though?
no, that's rude. We sat like on the.
Why? They're dead. What's so rude about it? I mean,
Well, no, I still don't want. I don't want to be like, hey, let me
disrespecting the
ash
dead,
and
maybe.
fart in where your body is.
I feel like that's the
Well,
people
you
we
could
should
move to
disrespect.
fart. Unless you're so high, you're like, nope, gonna do it right here on Evelyn Thompson, 1938 to 1984. She loved her family. That's beautiful. Gross.
Oh man. So what do you want to tell us, Mr. Jordan? I mean, you're here after all these years at the game. What have you been up to?
actually,
I
what do you do
guess?
now?
Yeah.
I teach CPR.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
I don't know how I ended up here, but it's a relatively easy job. I contribute to goodness in the world. People have skills to go help those that are in need, and that kind of resonates with me and for my life.
I figured you'd be a locksmith maybe since you broke into so many cars.
Well, I don't need the training. I've got that down. You got a lock.
You
I
teach
can
it to
get
others,
into it. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, so I teach CPR. I've got a college degree, so I've made it
Oh,
through.
good. Congratulations.
Oh,
What
thanks.
college?
University of Denver.
Okay, nice. That's great.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Well, so you really got the hell out of Dodge then.
I got the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, you live in Dodge too long. You're like, I don't want to be here anymore. But I'm not. It's not like I'm averse to it because it's not all bad. When you grow up, you have a community. You go out. It's like dogs find other stray dogs, and that's the family. So
Yeah.
you have fond memories like
Seems
that.
like we're kind of living like a stray dog.
Yeah. Well, you definitely were living like a stray dog, and we had to fight stray dogs occasionally for food. So
Okay. Now, did you have any other contact with Michael after this? How'd you feel when he died? Anything like? Did he reach out to you guys at all?
No, you could reach out to him and you would get an email that was probably written by an assistant, and he was like, hey, I'm
Tito.
glad you're out there. Tito, maybe. Yeah. One of the lesser Jacksons.
Randy.
Oh, not that low. Yeah. Never that guy. It was at least LaToya keeping it up. But yeah, you reach out, but it wasn't as much as you might have think because there were so many of us that what could he do?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like Jerry's kids. They didn't all know Jerry.
Right.
Right.
That's a great
Yeah, you
point.
could call yourselves like Michael's kids.
Michael's
or something,
kids.
right?
Well, that's
Ooh, that doesn't age well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But at the time, they didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know back then. We'd have been proud. Hey, we're MJ's
Yeah,
crew,
Right.
and then
Kids,
like,
No, we're not
really.
anymore.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Not
Interesting.
anymore. Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
What a story. So, teaching CPR.
I was always curious about
What?
this. Why
Okay.
did all the kids sound the same? Because you would always hear them be like, Michael! But they always sounded the same. Is that like how kids talk?
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
like when you hang around a group of teenagers, they all have kind of the same cadence
Yeah.
and the same, or anything else. They just all develop the similar manner of speaking. That's how it was. And that's why we all dressed the same too. 'Cause we stole our jumpers and teddy bears all from the same child store.
I feel like that's the sound anybody would make when they meet him. Like if you met
I would probably
Beyonce,
say that, yeah.
we'd all probably sound the same way.
Michael!
Beyonce! We'd all say the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just-
listen-
listen to sorority girls talk. How are you doing? Everything is this, and you got an uptick.
right. Michael.
shut up. Is what you just want to say. Yeah, Michael is how we sounded.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's how we greet each other when we see each other. We're like, Michael.
Oh, really?
That's how we say hello. Yeah, it's like our secret
It's
handshake.
all a big laugh. Right? Everybody knows. Okay.
If you see someone you think you recognize, you can just go, Michael, and they'll go, or they'll go, get the fuck away from me. I'm not Michael. Yeah, get away from me.
How many would you say there were of you, of the rescueds?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Count the orphans in 1800s England. I don't know. It's... I mean, it's all.
You do have like an email list for the get together, right? Every year.
Well, we kind of do, yeah. It's kind of dwindled. Some people just fall off; they don't want to be part of it anymore, and I get that. I don't ever doubt it, but
Sure.
It also we pick up one or two, we lose one or two.
You're gaining new
There's
people.
Still more.
Well, the people that are out there who find out about the email list,
Okay.
maybe they didn't have
I
it
thought
as
there's still
easy.
some kids
okay.
Because there's still a significant percentage of those people that never
never
got
made it
rescued?
away.
Are they still in the bushes and
well,
stuff?
they got rescued, but they never made it really out to much more. They got a decent life. They're okay, but
Okay.
they don't want to have anything to do with it. And I don't blame them. I don't revisiting that if you're still in it isn't fun. It's fun if you like rappers who go to the old hood. Yeah, that's fun for you to go to the old hood now, but would you move back?
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, so Jay-Z's not going back to the Marcy Project.
Yeah, Jay-Z's not going to do that. He's like, no, I got this
not-
14 floors in this building.
Yeah. They're not still trapped in trunks of cars. Or
No,
cabinets.
they're all out.
Okay.
We were legit rescued, and that was great. But some people are going to make more of that. It's just like any other population in life. Some people are going to do great with it. Some people are not going to get anywhere.
It's like a really good game of hide and seek. They've been hiding for 30 years. They haven't been found yet.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
they're waiting for Michael to come back
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
for another dance number, and that's unfortunate.
Do you
yeah.
think there were kids out there who were not around that area, but who were like maybe kidnapped, and they were like, "Oh, Michael will save me," because they got a false impression from the game?
Oh, good question.
feeling left out?
No, just like maybe they were kidnapped, and they were like, "Oh, Michael will save me," and
But they weren't.
But they weren't. Yeah.
Maybe. Because kidnapped is a different situation. I was kid dropped. I was the opposite of kidnapped.
I'm sure some of these kids that were kidnapped, right? No, were stolen.
And maybe at some point, I think most of us, it was parents at home.
parents
something
just
going,
leaving.
Parents leaving. They left. Who
That's a
knows?
big thing in the 80s. Parents just leaving kids.
Yeah.
Well, and also parents in the 80s in L.A. that probably came home and both of them were coked out of their
Yeah.
minds and went to the hospital. So that was really what was a driving factor there.
Oh, so it's a lot of latchkey kids back
A lot of latchkey kids. Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you do before all this happened? Well, like, what kind of kid were you? What'd you do for fun?
When I was 7,
Yeah.
I did my chores and my homework,
Yeah.
to the degree that I had it. I think I was pretty good in school. I was doing okay in school. I got good grades. My parents were very, very strict on education. You got to get a good education. And then
Maybe they were setting you up to like, hey, make sure you're smart because
Yeah.
we're out of here in like 6 months.
based on what I know now, I think they were trying to raise a family lawyer so I could keep us all out of jail. I don't know what they were thinking, but
Do you ever like ask yourself like maybe it's my fault that they left? Like, does that ever still like haunt you still?
thanks for bringing that back.
Oh, sorry, I'm just
Wow,
Yeah,
way to be sensitive.
I don't ever think it's my fault. I feel bad that they didn't feel like they could take me with them, and I think probably they didn't because they were gonna. If what I know could be true, then they had a life on the run, and they didn't want to subject a kid to that.
Well, you probably also
So let's just leave him here.
could have been a burden to them.
Could have been a
Yeah,
burden.
yeah.
Maybe who knows. I don't know. I was
I
probably.
mean, these are the questions that we have to ask. You
We
know,
don't have to.
No, we really don't.
We can.
Do you mind being
These are the
re-traumatized?
ones that I had resolved in therapy. So I'll be calling Dr. Rothstein tomorrow. Hey, we got to go back over some ground. Was I a burden to my parents? If you were, it's not your fault. You have to go live that scene in Goodwill Hunting. With,
yeah. You
It's not your fault. Fuck you, Sean.
Jeez, Alp.
I'm just listen.
I know, seriously.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
I hear you.
I know. I like to. These are hard questions.
It is,
I know,
yeah.
but are we an interview show or are we a fluff piece?
That's right.
We're an interview show,
You're right.
right?
Calvin's a fluff piece.
Yeah, Calvin's he's a literal fluff piece.
Getting pejorative in here.
I know,
Getting
seriously.
pejorative.
It's all in good fun. It's all in
So,
good
Tom,
fun.
is there a Mrs. Jordan in your life or a Mr. Jordan? I don't know.
No, neither a Mrs. or a Mister. I'm not there. If there was, there's going to be a Mrs. But
Okay.
I date off and on. But it's never been. I'm only 38, so it's not. I'm not in a hurry to get married. I'm not going to be hanging flyers out on the streets of New York City trying to get 5,000 dates.
Yeah, we've heard people do that.
Do you want to
Yeah.
have kids of your own? Like, maybe,
Yeah, I would like to have.
Maybe you can
kids.
get a chance to abandon them.
Yeah,
at some point.
that's really
Keep
all
the
it would
cycle
be.
going.
Yeah,
Right?
I just want to have a kid that's
to
the
get-
reincarnation of my parents, so I can raise them just long enough to push them out.
You can kind of like understand what your parents went through. Oh, now I know what that feels like if you left your kid. boom, you can leave
Yeah,
them.
maybe I was the entire problem. They're like, God, this sucks.
Brian, have you and your wife ever thought of like just like leaving a note? Well, she's too young.
She's only 3.
Wait till she's like 10
Yeah,
or
wait till-
11.
yeah.
No, I can't imagine that. I mean, hey, if she keeps, maybe.
Maybe she becomes real annoying. Or
Yeah,
something.
she's become real annoying. Like, oh my god.
Isn't that every parent's fear, though? I think, part of the reason when I think about kids is the trepidation is that I'm really afraid that I'm going to have a kid and they're going to grow up to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
And,
Luckily,
I wouldn't keep them in the family. I'd be like, nah, I don't need you around.
Yeah.
I done brought you up this far, but you're gone. I don't.
She's cool so far, but I look at people in the subway or other kids. I'm like, this kid just seems like a loser.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm so glad.
Or an asshole. There's a lot of assholes.
You can tell kids are assholes sometimes. When
No, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad mine isn't yet. She could change any day now. I'm sure.
I tried to give back because I tried to keep myself in shape and I played sports when I could, and I went to do an after school program at this school, and I thought, I'm going to give back to the community and be constructive in kids' lives, and I stayed at that job 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, when I left, I was visibly shaking. I realized that I don't have it in me to be good to kids because after 2 hours, I didn't see children in this program anymore. I just saw avatars for shitty parents. That's all. I was like, I got to kick you in the head for the good of society,
Right?
and the laws say don't do it.
Yeah.
Have you made? Well, see, this won't take 2 hours. Maybe you could go around just rescuing kids like Michael did, and then you don't have to 2 seconds. You wake them up. And
Well, I don't have dance magic. I don't know how I'm going to
That's
pull
true.
that
That's
off.
true. You
Yeah, I
don't-
don't
that
have
was-
any dance
I'm
magic, and I don't turn into a pop robot
That was a big part
like
of it.
Michael
yeah.
Jackson does. I mean, he had that power that he turned into a hip hop transformer or something
Yeah.
like that. Was he hip hop?
no, I
No,
don't know.
pop.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
not
Pop.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm curious
I'm
though.
white, in case you're listening.
I mean, we knew that because you were a kid Michael saved. So
is that right? Did he have a preference?
Throwing shade.
Oh, he did. Throwing shade at the king of pop.
Someone sounds jealous, Calvin.
And I feel like when I look from Calvin, Lop to Brian, it's like we have the evolution of Michael Jackson's skin color on his albums, all the way starting with Thriller, ending up at Bad.
He
right?
should have stopped here. He should have stopped here.
Yeah, he should have stopped there. That was believable. But then it just
50
went-
Shades of Michael over here,
Yeah.
guys.
that should be the name of the game.
Right?
Would that be 50 Shades? That's
Different-
a
that's a different game.
Different
Oh, yeah.
connotation now.
also way dangerous with kids.
Totally, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh no.
Now, did you get into video games after because of Michael? Maybe knowing that this was part of a game, was that a thing for you or ever? Or?
A little bit, but
Yeah.
not a great deal. I used to play Mike Tyson's boxing a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, he's got the shirt
I'm
on.
wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I lost my first job because I called in sick 3 days in a row so I could beat Mike Tyson.
Did you beat him though?
On the third day.
There you
yeah,
go.
I wouldn't have called in for 3 days. But the first day, Glass Joe beat my ass. So I had to.
Wow,
I was
you're
all
really
right.
bad at games.
I sucked at it, yeah. But then I figured out left, right. So I got through Glass, and then the next one was the fucking bald Turk. That guy was a pain in the ass with that
Bald?
backing up. And the bald bull. He was
yeah.
Turkish, though, right?
He
Wasn't
was
he?
Turkish.
Istanbul.
Yeah, Istanbul, yeah.
Get it?
And,
Constantinople.
I feel like after him, it wasn't too tough. And then you
Right.
get to Michael Jackson, and you just have to
Michael
just
J-
wail
Michael
on him.
Michael
Jordan.
Jackson.
I think you're fixated there.
Yeah. Well, they both have the same tone in their voice when they speak. They sound exactly
Yeah,
the
they
same
are-
on,
yeah.
on recording, so that's the confusion.
I love you. Yeah. That's right.
What a game, man! It was such a weird concept too.
It's so
if you
funny
think
that
about
Tyson had the lisp of the two. Isn't that weird?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would think Jackson would, but no.
He's that Michael Tyson's the guy you would threaten over the phone, like on a customer service thing. You're like, you get that shit done. I'm gonna come down to your office and beat your ass. Yeah,
You
go
show
ahead,
up.
and he'd show up, whack. He would hit you and turn your head into mashed potatoes.
Yeah. What else can we
Feed you to his tiger. Does he still have a tiger?
Mike Tyson? I
Yeah.
think he still does.
Or am I just remembering that from The Hangover?
Oh, right.
No, he did.
Did he legitimately have a tiger?
I feel like he does. Those are his tigers.
He did have a
Yeah.
tiger. He did
I
have
feel
tiger.
like fairly certain he has a tiger, though.
He did at one point have a tiger.
Well, Mike Tyson used to raise pigeons. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that guy?
No, in New York, it's a common thing,
They
actually.
used to chase.
No,
chick-
it's not.
Yeah,
In
no,
New York,
there's-
we raise pigeons as a community. I think that's what we do here.
I grew up in East Flatbush. We did not raise
No,
pigeons.
it's homing pigeons.
That is
It's
not
way
a thing.
different.
No, there's a homing pigeon thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
And they would chase chickens because it helps you with your dexterity and and stuff.
Oh, and that was a thing from Rocky.
boxing.
That's how he trained Rocky in
Yeah,
that back pen.
These
Yeah.
are movies.
no, that's a real thing.
This is a real
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
Sports are real, Calvin.
I know sports are real. Sports are real. Pigeon raising is
No,
not.
it is real actually.
That's
People
a
have
Home
pigeon
Alone.
coops on top of buildings.
Yeah.
You're getting some
Definitely.
Home Alone too. I refuse
No,
to believe this.
no more Home Alone jokes.
Raising pigeons, like why?
No, they're like homing pigeons. You send them out and they come
Okay, I
back.
guess he's
that.
getting
Yeah,
some
yeah.
and training them to
Yeah,
be
homing pigeons. But
like-
Mike
have-
Tyson isn't training a homing pigeon.
That's what he
People
was
have-
doing. Yeah.
No, look at the documentary. He has pigeons in the
No,
documentary.
I know I know. I saw the documentary. I know
He wasn't
raised
sending
them.
messages.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not homing
No, but
pigeons.
they train them to like fly out and come back
Yeah.
and stuff. They're trained pigeons.
Does he talk about this stuff in his one-man show? He's
He
touring
does.
with?
think so.
He does.
I think he does.
He's
now,
touring
yeah.
with a one-man show. I want to go see that. Like, I've heard that it's really good.
Do you
I
think,
heard that too.
Do you think
Yeah.
Mike Tyson ever saved kids? Because he could probably save a lot of kids with.
With just his fisticuffs.
Yeah.
He should.
I mean, he's.
Yeah, I mean
saying
that's
that,
the guy to break up a sex trafficking
Yeah.
ring. You
Oh,
throw
yeah,
him
yeah.
in the van with a couple
Well,
of sex
considering
traffickers
he
and some
got
kids.
busted for rape, I don't know if he would be the right guy. For that.
It was.
Yeah,
it
but it's
wasn't
kids, and now
yeah,
you
it's
got busted
different.
with the ladies that were consensual, right? Or like
Well, it literally wasn't
not
'cause it was rape.
consensual. That's the definition of rape. But like they were age of consent, right? They were adults.
I mean, they were.
Okay,
They were.
so-
he's
about
not a
age.
pedophile like Michael Jackson.
Allegedly,
allegedly, right?
because Michael never touched you. I assume he never gave you Jesus juice. None of
No,
that.
he never tried to do anything weird.
Just left him. It was
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Yeah, he just like, here, I've saved you. You love me, and then I'm out. I've got more kids to save. You
Yeah.
know, it's a volume game when you're saving kids. You got to get as many out as possible.
More
Because you don't know how they're going to turn out, so you got to.
Yeah, it's all the numbers game. Because
quantity.
well, we talked about it. Like every couple of us are doing well. Some of us are doing really well.
Exactly.
One guy started a tech company doing something.
Oh,
made
yeah?
millions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he lives in Silicon Valley,
Good for him.
and nobody knows his story.
Mark Zuckerberg?
No,
No.
but wouldn't that be great? Yeah, that would have been the one he shouldn't have saved. that would count that in an error. Facebook.
Do the game.
We gotta go soon,
Yeah.
Mr. Anything else you want to tell us? Anything else?
Yeah, you want to promote anything? Plug anything?
Come to my CPR training, Hero Maker CPR
There you
training.
go.
Hero
Yeah,
Maker
come to
CPR.
that because
Okay.
I'm trying to get rich and I'm
Yeah.
going to do
Okay.
it with CPR.
We all are. Hey, you want to play a quick game with us?
Let's game.
Let's play a quick game of Wed, Bed, Dead, everybody. Yay!
Wed, bed, dead.
So we're going to give you 3 video game characters. You got to tell us who you want to wed, and then who you want to bed, and then who you want dead. Sound good?
All right, let's see it.
So this first one is from Calvin's favorite, a Street Fighter character. Calvin, who do you think it is? Name any Street Fighter character out of the 700.
Ken.
Guile,
No, you're both wrong.
Balrog,
It's
Balrog.
Vega.
Balrog.
Rose from Street Fighter.
Oh, Rose.
So explain Rose to us.
So
Calvin.
she's a psychic. She
Oh, that's
is
cool.
she holds the good half of M. Bison's soul.
So she's a good guy.
Yo, she's very good.
Good girl.
And sadly, Bison keeps trying to murder her.
You know,
'Cause
that's
she's,
what
you know,
he does, man.
She looks
I
like
know.
a.
She's from Italy, so you
Looks
know.
like a gypsy in a way. Like
Yeah, she's got like, well, now they say Romany. But yeah, she's like a Romany. She's like a fortune teller into like, stars and astrology and shit like that.
Okay, so
but she's very nice. She's
That's
cool.
boring. I hate that stuff. But she's psychic.
She got a psychic scarf. That's
She's
pretty cool.
legit.
So the
psychic.
scarf is psychic.
So she's a psychic, and she's got. You said
She's a
robes
psychic,
or-
and she has a scarf that she can charge with psychic energy. So if you're into, autoerotic asphyxiation,
Who is it?
Oh, I haven't tried it.
I mean, you don't have to use it for that. Maybe if you're just cold, you can use a scarf.
Yeah.
Right away, you go to the
fine.
fucking sex stuff. Anyway,
it's
so
gonna
that's
be boring.
that's Rose.
Fucking
What are
basic.
what are her moves? Does she have fireballs or something?
So yeah, she has a fireball. She has a soul drill. It's a soul spiral, and then she has an air throw.
Okay,
She's
not
nice.
bad. So there's Rose.
Nice lady.
Rose.
Next one, a star of countless games of himself, Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Originally on the Nintendo, all the systems. A little,
Bomberman.
It's a little guy.
Essentially just a terrorist, really.
I was going to leave it alone because it sounds racist coming from me.
but
Well, just because a guy who plants bombs, that's a terrorist.
He's
I mean,
got
it doesn't matter what his
bombs.
race is.
He's got a little white outfit on. You can't really see his mouth. He's just got like a face.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
two
got
very
angry,
large
angry
eyes.
eyebrows. Yeah, over
Yeah.
what looks like the top end of a toaster.
Pretty much.
It is.
Yeah.
He looks like a toaster that's pissed off about being a toaster.
So he just kind of walks around, and that's really all he does.
Now he looks like a plug-in. Holy shit, that
I'm not,
guy
a,
is
I'm not a
heinous.
huge fan of those games, to be honest. There's so
I
fun.
played them as a
There's
kid.
so
but I was
many.
They're fun.
They're fine, but it's good with more people.
Yeah.
They're fun. And then this one was one of my favorite comic book characters, Lobo from Injustice. He was one of
What
the-
is Lobo's deal?
He's just a piece of
He's
shit,
like a
drunk,
biker.
cigar smoking biker badass.
But he's from space, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's from space.
He's a bounty hunter, right?
He's a bounty hunter. He has space dolphins.
He looks
Yeah.
like the new Aquaman. Right?
I guess in a way, yeah. But he's
Sorta,
way
yeah.
more bad. He's like very funny.
He has like a crazy healing factor. He can heal from a drop of blood.
I think he was the first comic book character that I heard curse, and I was like, I'm reading curse words.
He's
when
like,
I was
he's like a scumbag, kind of like
Yeah.
biker from
what
space.
he calls people fanboy, right? Was that his thing?
He calls them bastages.
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 So he
So
smokes
like
cigars.
bastard?
He smokes a lot of smokes cigars.
And he was on Superman the Animated Series, voiced by Brad Garrett.
In what?
Superman the Animated Series, he was voiced by Brad Garrett.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, Krang in the Turtle was Brad Garrett as well.
Whoa, did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow,
In
weird.
Turtles too. Brad Garrett did the voice of Krang.
Weird. I gotta re-listen
He did a
to
great
that.
job.
Now he has like $100 million.
Yeah, well, he had it anyway from
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody
One of those Raymond, yeah.
But
And
anyway.
he
I
owns a
mean, he
comedy
was
club.
Krang before he was on Raymond.
No,
Right?
the Turtles 2 movie.
Oh, the movie.
It just came out a couple years ago.
the new one. Okay.
He was Krang in
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I
so
thought he was
weird.
the old Krang.
No. That was
Anyway, okay, so what are our choices here?
Rose,
Rose.
Bomberman, and Lobo.
Yes.
So,
I think I've got
Tom,
this.
you want to go first?
I think
Please.
it's pretty easy.
Wed, Bed, Dead.
Wed, bed, dead. Every girl I've ever met who said she was psychic was psycho.
Okay.
Everyone. Fucking nuts, off the charts.
Yeah.
Which means that's going to be some hot fucking.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bed Rose.
Good choice.
Okay.
I'm going
sense.
to bed Rose. I'm
Okay.
going to kill the bomber because that's just preemptive.
Yeah,
we
that
want
makes
to get
sense.
rid of that guy. And that means I'm going to wed that other dude. And
Lobo?
That might sound. Is this Lobo?
Lobo.
Lobo. I'm going to wed Lobo because Lobo represents in my brain like that person that I would have wanted protecting me on the streets. You want a badass like that.
Yeah.
So now I can have my own badass. It's going to require some lifestyle change, but I will go ahead and go with that because I
Sit on
think
the back of
Lobo
his
will make
bike.
me feel safe, and if that's all I get out of that relationship, great.
Yeah, he's got a
that's
kick-ass like space bike too. Like
And again, the space dolphin's real cute.
Yeah, and just look at his arms. I mean, a dude looks like if he hugs you, you're going to feel safe.
oh, definitely.
And as I'm like, yeah, those are big, safe arms.
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I'll
See?
take that,
He
yeah.
gets it. Tom gets it.
Yeah.
See, he needs that protection and that to feel safe again. I get it.
I got it.
Who wants to go
So,
next?
I'll
No? All right.
take it.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's actually easy. I figured it out. I know.
You figured it out already?
Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing.
All right. This is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not sure if I want maybe I'll marry Rose.
Yeah?
Because she's a good guy, right? She's a good guy. And she's probably, is she wealthy? Or
I mean,
most of
she has a fortune teller salary, so make of that what you will.
$0.
Well, she is.
Do they make salaries for sitting out front of like small places near a bodega? Is that a salary position?
She's legitimately psychic, though, right? All right, so I'm gonna marry her because that's very powerful. You know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, what's gonna happen in this horse race? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can make that money.
I know.
You're gonna use
So-
Rose for
I'm gonna-
OTB.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off-track betting with Rose.
He's gonna Rain Man her ass. Yeah.
Rose, we're making this money. Which Greyhound you like? All right, marry her.
Yeah, tough choice.
I feel like I want to have sex with Bomberman.
Oh yeah.
Because it'd be like a dangerous thing. Like he plants a bomb, and we're like, oh, and it's like blows up around the corner from us.
So it's
We
a
gotta
little
run
bomb
away
play.
from it. Yeah, you know, like some bomb play. I knew Calvin was. I was gonna bet like $1 million he would say bomb play.
Put that fuse in the butt. Do some fuse play.
Yeah, and then I will.
Level of
I'll kill
spark.
Lobo. I don't like bikers.
Yeah.
Bikes are loud. I don't like them.
All right.
That was the oldest man answer I've ever heard.
They are. I don't like bikes.
They're
Oi,
annoying, they're
Gavalt,
annoying.
they're loud. They make so much noise.
Oi,
Oh, the smoke.
Gavalt.
Oi, Gavalt. Oy vey.
All right.
Okay.
You
Did
want
you
to
grow
go?
up in New York?
I did, obviously.
That is some. That is
Ugh,
some,
what a
that is-
mishigas, the bikes. Ugh.
You're Meshuggah.
Okay, I have this figured out. I would marry Rose. Having a psychic, super great. She's really nice. She's a good woman. You know, the scarf is very useful. You know, like, I mean.
You have to jerk off with, right?
Ew, no. Gross. I drop things a lot, so I can use the scarf and be like, whoosh, and like drag it back.
Okay.
Why can't you just pick it up?
So it's got psychic powers, but you just want to use it for a Swiffer.
One of those extendo arms old people in wheelchairs use.
This thing can solve world hunger, but you know what? It's also a
I dropped-
really snuggly blanket.
I dropped the remote.
Sometimes you got to be practical with your
All
things,
right.
okay? But yeah, no, I think Rose is great. She's really lovely, and we could talk about bison and stuff and like whatever. She's cool. Plus, she travels to fight, so like traveling.
Traveling, I know. I mean, I'm getting everything. I'm
Yeah.
getting the psychic powers, the money, the traveling.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm into it. So yeah, wed Rose. bed Lobo, because I mean that's gonna be a
course.
biker in bed,
Yeah.
fucking leather jacket. Yeah, hell yeah, man. And he's got gray skin. You don't know what's gonna be, man. It's gonna be fucking hot.
Great or gray?
Gray skin.
Gray.
Yeah.
It's like blue gray.
Yeah, I've
kinda,
never.
yeah.
Have you ever fucked a gray person?
No.
No.
No,
I mean,
I had to think about that. I'm like,
Have you?
A corpse?
No.
What the fuck?
Oh,
are you
Right,
talking
yeah,
about?
I mean,
I was like, how ashy was that person you fucked? Jeez.
I fucked Ashy Larry.
a gray person liberated me from a trunk.
But yeah, I think it'd be great. And then he's got chains. You know, could work the chains in the bedroom.
Oh, boy.
You know, I'm into it.
It's just one night, Calvin.
Oh, we could do a lot.
A lot of
tonight.
accessories.
Don't worry.
All right.
I got time.
And
And then Bomber, yeah, he's too dangerous to have around. I can't have bombs. You know, what if he like farts and it's like plop? You know, it's
I don't think he farts.
He doesn't
his
fart the
bombs.
bombs out, idiot.
How do you think butts work?
He
All
has a
right.
different understanding than we do.
And he's a robot. He doesn't have to poop.
Yeah, he's technically a good guy, Bomberman.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
That's property destruction. That's not cool.
Yeah.
No, he's
But he has
got.
enemies chasing him, so I think he's technically a good guy. But
don't
doesn't say
know.
anything. Anyway,
I mean, we'd have to ask the landlords how they feel about like him knocking down walls and shit.
yeah,
No.
that's not good.
Dead.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Similar choices, but for different reasons. So I'll definitely want to wed Rose because, as a married man myself, I want to know. Oh wait, are we gonna fight if I say this?
What it's like to be happy.
No, like if I say this, like you'll know in advance. Will you get mad at me or are we gonna fight? So if not, I won't say it. So it's
Well,
like,
no, she'll be mad because
But
she'll
she's
be
mad
able to
'cause
read your
she'll-
thoughts.
Oh, you're thinking
yes,
it.
That's right.
Brian, that's not smart.
But she'll know.
She'll constantly be mad at you then because we know how you think.
I don't think.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, dude.
If you just even like look at some other woman, she'll know.
Yeah.
Because even if she's not around.
You bang the hot crazy one, it's worth it.
Oh man, you're right. But knowing the future though is so.
I know. You got
It
to.
is
So
good, yeah.
tempting.
It's useful. You can bet on like sports games.
But also, it takes the mystery out of life, right? Don't you want surprises?
I think we've had enough surprises lately. I think.
Fair enough. Yeah, let's take some of that mystery out.
let's like know
Got
what's
4
going
years
on.
of mystery.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna wed Rose.
Got to do it. It's the best choice.
I think
got
the
it.
psychic stuff and again the magical stuff always intrigues me. You know,
Yeah, you really love magic.
it's why not? Who doesn't? I'm going to. Oh boy.
Lobo.
I mean,
He's got that deep voice.
I guess I'll bed Lobo once.
Yeah!
Just because it would be ridiculous.
And that smell.
He's probably awful smelling.
I mean, yeah.
Terrible. But
I would just imagine he smells like Old Spice.
Yeah, he looks gross.
he looks
When I
great.
look at that, I just think Old Spice.
Lobo definitely got smegma. Like,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's
Oh.
kind of. But damn, Bomberman.
But you're down with the schmegma, though.
I mean, I would be like, you got to wash your dick first.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Why would you just make him take a shower instead of just
Oh,
washing
yeah.
his dick?
Because you can do the whole thing.
Maybe I'll bet him in the shower, so it's like it washes off instantly. That's what I might do. And then Bomberman, yeah, he's just like I don't see any. I can't wed or bed because I don't see any reason for that. So he'll have to die in this situation.
I could find a good reason for him, but we don't want to bring it up on the podcast. We'll
He's
keep
gonna-
politics out of it for the
He's-
moment.
All right.
He's gonna be dead by his own bomb. So there we go. So great episode, Tom. Tom was it? Right?
Thank you, Tom
yeah,
Jordan.
Thanks
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me. I appreciate it very
One of
much.
the many rescued children.
Yeah. Who knew? There were so many of you out there. This is a
I know.
great story. I think.
There's a
And
lot
I'm
of us.
glad
We
you-
look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So the Clone Wars are coming. Yeah, we haven't forgotten what society did to us.
All right. So guys, thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another great episode of Playable Characters Podcast.
PCB. Michael.
At Troy Allen Comic on Twitter, ALAN. For the Allen, you can find me on Instagram under the same thing, and I'm going to be hosting the All-Star Show tonight at Gotham at 11:45 on
This will be out
23rd
in a
Street.
few weeks, but anyway.
Oh well, then you've missed it.
What's your September plugs?
I got.
Follow him on Twitter.
You messed up
Don't
the-
ask
messed
me
up
about bookings more than tonight.